Hello, everybody. Oh, we are back. We are back. I hope everyone had a good Christmas break. You guys had a good weekend? All that good stuff. We got a little bit of snow here. Was it Saturday? I'm trying to remember if it was Saturday or if it was, yeah, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, it was last Saturday. We got an inkling of snow, and then it vanished within 24 hours. So, no snow here still. So, really stinks. But I hope you guys are doing there. We are back. I am just freelance as usual. We are back in Final Fantasy XI. So, I took several days off for spending time with family and things like that. So, let's see. So Wednesday night would have been Christmas Eve. Spent time with family, having dinner and stuff like that. Stayed overnight at my parents' house. So we had Christmas Day. Which was nice. We had basically everybody there. We just kind of spent the day just kind of doing whatever. And then that night I went back home and was able to kind of spend Boxing Day kind of off by myself. But then we went to the big aquarium in the region, Loveland's Aquarium. And they had an underwater like lantern field or what, I'm not sure what it was called. It was kind of like a night lantern thing. It was really nice. We went inside and enjoyed the aquarium and stuff, and always enjoyable to go see stuff like that and be able to pet stingrays and stuff like that. I guess they weren't stingrays, they were just rays. Because the rays by themselves would have been been, how do you say the word? De-stung? They've had the stingers removed, so. Anyway, did all that. Saturday was kind of cleaning up the kitchen a little bit. We still had some mess from when we had people over last week. So I ended up doing a little bit of that. We still got Christmas decorations up. At some point, I'm going to need to take them down. That might happen even at New Year's or something like that. So, we are back. We have New Year's happening on Thursday. I don't know what my plans are, what my plans will be for that as well. There might be something going on. If there is, I will be canceling stream because that's just going to be what it's going to be. If not, it might be like a really late stream or something like that. If I do it. If it is going to be a stream, it will be like another one that I did for like my birthday, where it'll be playing multiple games or getting into a new game or something like that. When New Year's rolls around, starting next week, I will be adding a new game into the rotation. Because we've got the 3 games going right. We've got the 2 games going right now with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, the stories are starting to slowly but surely work their way into the campaign stuff's going to be kind of done. And honestly, I'd like to say that I'm getting a little burned out. I've been getting interested in other games, not just this. So I've been looking through the games that kind of have a strong presence on Twitch, and I will be picking from one of those to be our 3rd game. I don't know what the situation's going to be like. If it's going to be like once a week, or it's going to be like every 3 we just rotate through the games one at a time, so the days are a little different. I don't know. It's still very much up at the top of the head. When it gets around to us finishing Shipbreaker, which I still don't know how long that will take. A new game will take its place. And it probably will be a little bit of a smaller game. But for the most part, it's going to be, from what I'm seeing, a lot of the games that are really big on Twitch are games that are either really well-loved franchises, technically skilled franchises, horror, or anything that has a long longevity. So a lot of online RPGs, MMOs, stuff like that, CRPGs, things like that will have a fairly strong follow base, as well as how big the game is itself. So yeah, I'm going to take a look and see what games I have. If there's a game that's kind of smaller in rank, or is probably a series or something, we might jump into that. You know, there is the thought of going through all the Assassin's Creeds, but I'm kind of worried about getting too deep into that because I don't know. Like I said, it's up in the air, and believe me, if you are in the comment, if you are watching these streams, put in a comment what you think I should play. I'm always open to that. If I don't have the game in particular, I'll tell you. But you can always follow that in the backloggery link down in the About Me page on Twitch. By all means, I am open to game recommendations, and I'm not going to say no necessarily. I do have games that I've been playing that would have wide operations. The thing is that if it's a game that has like a lot to do in it, I'm going to feel somewhat overwhelmed, and I want to make sure that I kind of keep in touch with the game, if that makes sense, because I've noticed games that have tons of content in them, but it's not linear in any way. If it's very much kind of sandbox or open world, where I'm kind of able to do whatever, and there's not a story to follow, I get kind of aimless. And especially for a stream, I kind of want to keep things focused for the most part. Because I just have so many games to play, and so many more that I'd like to get and to play, that I feel like I can't be aimless in games anymore. I kind of have to keep kind of a focused point to them, because if it's something to do like extraneous work, unless it's a game that I'm really, really enjoying, I'm more or less going to not stream them for that part and just keep going on. Like I said, a lot of stuff in the air, a lot of factors dealing with it. Not to mention that at some point I might get a job, so a lot of my free time is going to, some of my free time is going to vanish, which means that my streams are going to be kind of my free time, more or less. So yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling on. I will let you guys know what the schedule's kind of looking like, and I will announce what game we will be playing within the week. So, for now, let's get back into the story. The last time we were playing the story, I believe we found out about King Yigmus, and found out that he'd been changed into a leafkin. He basically been cursed with a leafkin, and unfortunately, instead of rallying everybody to try and figure out what was going to happen, it has divided the people even further, because everybody thinks that everybody's justifying the transference of him turning into a leafkin as part of their agenda of either pushing the colonization or trying to preserve the ancient pact. So it has made it even worse. People are using it and rationalizing their own they're using it as justification for their own needs, more or less, which is scummy in the biggest degree. So I've also been slowly working on getting jobs leveled up. So if we go into status, I get experience whenever I do the coalition assignments. So going to my job abilities, Beastmaster's got gotten to 5, Rune Fencer's gotten to 5, Corsair's gotten to 5. So I think that's what I'll be doing kind of on the off, because I don't want to be wasting I don't want to be wasting the assignment experience on jobs that are higher level, more or less, until I get everything up. So the thought is that as I'm doing the assignments, I'm actually leveling up jobs up higher and higher, so then I can kind of root out and remove myself from doing all the low-level content, like Ronfar and Valkyrie Dunes and stuff like that. I don't know how far that's going to go, but at some point, I would like to be able to get out of that. We still have 2 jobs that I need to unlock. But, yeah, that's kind of where that's going now. If I go to... Now, jumping back to the story. If I go to the wiki, it looks like we needed to go back to the Pioneers Coalition and talk to LaVille. So, go ahead and do that. I also been working more on Abyssia. I did a day's run. I can't remember when that was. I think that was Saturday. I think I did do that Saturday, where I went in and I was doing stuff in Abyssia and ran into some annoyances. I will explain that at another time. LaVille. Jedith, tell me, how goes the pioneering? Good to hear. But since you're here, there's something that's been bothering me. It's about our beloved princess. The color's drained from her face, and she just mopes about everywhere she goes. She's always been so chipper and upbeat before this. You're pretty close with her, right? Do you have any idea what could be wrong? Of course. I just knew it. I would ask her you of a favor then. Let's cut to the quick. Just now, someone saw Arcelia wandering off to the Selenia Memorial Library. Her eyes were all glazed over and unfocused. I'm worried where she'll stumble off to. That might find her when she gets there. But you must surely be concerned for her well-being too. It's not just the Tufa. She's always had a presence here in the city. And with the way she sort of sticks out. Doesn't matter if you're in favor of or opposed to this whole colonization affair. Some people love her and others hate her. And so, if I could ask of you a favor, nothing would make too much of your time. I just want you to go over and talk to the princess. You're on good terms with her, and without her, it seems as if the people are lost. That has me just as worried. This isn't official coalition business, but if you would mind seeing if there's anything you could do for her. Of course, I know you will. Isn't that right? Yeah, of course. Like I have a choice. I knew I could count on you, Jedith. All right, so we're gonna go talk to the princess. Yeah, she's got pretty distraught because she doesn't want to see all the fighting that's been going on, but the houses are very much at each other's throats at this point. So it's making it fairly hard to but yeah, she just hates all the disruption. Okay. Now let's see. Should be able to go right here. Apple Treple. Jedith, are you looking for something here too? What's bothering you? Am I that easy to read? I suppose you aren't the only one who's noticed. What kind of guys are you into? What kind of sweets do you like? My what? Sweets? My favorite kind of sweets? Princess, please remember that you are in a place of learning. Please forgive me. I promise to be quieter. It kind of came out. It's kind of comes out of nowhere if you think about it. My favorite sweets, right? Maybe chocolate crepes with white honey, or rich nougat smothered with maple sugar. Of course, how can I forget Gateau aux Fraises? A frost is the tortoise the berries are just to die for. Beth always told me that I ate too much and would balloon up like a swamp frog. Wait, why are we talking about this again? Because I wanted to cheer you up. Well, you certainly did succeed in surprising me. Obviously. You're really that concerned about me? At least for one moment, you helped me forget my troubles. Whoever would have thought you'd come all this way just to talk to me about desserts? You're always so kind to me, Jedith. We'll make sure to get back to this topic later. To be honest, there is something bothering me. Would you mind lending me your ear? It's about my brother. Of course, I'm worried what will happen if he never turned back to normal. But it's more than that. Why would he point at me? I've turned it over and over in my head, but I can't find the answer. Every person in the room had their own take on the matter, and I can't shake the feeling that none of them are right. It's like they're only saying what will help advance their agendas. I don't know what he really what he really meant, but I do know that his words were heartfelt, as they would have been ever since we were little children. Just don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Should we keep making inroads into Ilbuka? Or should we give up and withdraw like the Founder King bids? Arguments rage on with increasing viciousness each passing day. What if the city becomes even more divided? What if this breaks out into all-out civil war? If that were to happen, whether or not we colonize the continent would seem but a minor squabble. What's more, I get the feeling that the anomalies happening through Ilbuka not unhorribly related to colonization. We've long known that beasts lurk in the jungles, but now there are some creatures we've never even heard of until recently. Why couldn't my brother be more clear with his guidance? Or is it just as you said? Has his illness progressed to the point where he can't even telepathically communicate with them? And he's become a leafkin in more than just flesh? Okay, panic time. I'm sorry, Jeneth. All this is so overwhelming. Try as I might, I cannot unravel these mysteries by myself. Well, I feel like Arcelia is not the key, it's the sword on her hip. Because that seems to be a strong part of the whole story, so. That's why I've been coming here for the past few days, hoping to find something. Anything. Once again, I've turned up empty-handed. How about your results as Pomei? Has there been any change? Not really. I see. But I believe in you, Jeneth. I know you'll be able to read into what he really wants. Ozalatia, the Leafkin Queen, would not have trusted you if she didn't see some spark there. I've not been able to leave the city walls of late, but you must be going to the mainland on a regular basis. Please, if you find anything, tell me right away. I'll do what I can here. There's just got to be some tome that... And thank you for making the effort to come find me, Jeneth. Perhaps I'll find some sleep that I'll finally sleep better tonight. Okay. Okay, back to Lavelle. Yeah. I've also been so back to games while we're doing traveling. I have been taking a look again at Elite Dangerous. I played that for a short while several years ago, and I don't remember exactly when it was because I would have been it would have been not much longer after Odyssey launched, the Odyssey expansion and stuff. Because I think there was talk of Thargoids and stuff like that. So, but I've kind of been looking into it again. It's like, I really would like to get back into it. It looks fun. I can break out my HOTAS and all that jazz. But I don't think I could get back into that game because it is such a huge time sink. I would like to play it for stream. I really would. But I would want to make sure that I would just be learning everything new again. And I've already got multiple games that I'm kind of already playing right now, so it feels like I kind of just need to rein in my interest a little bit. But darn it all, I want to get into another big game like that. And it's like, I don't know. Elite Dangerous is something that I would like to stream at some point. I think that'll be fun. Certainly play again. Even with how sandboxy it is, I would like to buy one of every ship, minimum, and try and get quintuple elite, honestly, is what my goal would be. But yeah, anyway, there's just a lot of games that I'd like to get into, and Gosh darn it. It's Jedith! It's Jedith! There you are, just in the nick of time. This little sprite here kept saying she wouldn't leave my side until she met you, and I'm at wit's end. She tells me she found some medicine for her grandfather. Long time no see, Jedith. How's my grandpa doing? Next to that nice lady on her special stuff. It doesn't sound like he's coughing up campus anymore. I just wanted to thank you once more in person. Thanks a lot, Jedith. Too bad the nice lady isn't here. I wanted to thank her for all the touching things she did for me in those scary woods. I guess I'll never be able to see her, though, now that she's a princess. At least that's what my grandpa said. But if you see her, can you please tell her to, give her my regards? Pretty please with sugar on top. I feel so silly doing that voice. A kid at that age should not have a shh. Not be doing shh all the time. I think you got the wrong idea, Missy. Hey, come back! Oh well, there's no use chasing after her just to explain. I know we use princess as a term of endearment for her, but I don't think we could ever use the phrase constitutional monarchy to describe Adolin these days. King himself abolished royal rule long ago. I suppose such concepts soar far above the head of a pixie like her anyway. Now that I won't be interrupted, you and Arcelia found some herbs at the girl's grandfather, that girl's grandfather, correct? Apparently they're harder to come by than an Orobon in a basalt fields. Count your lucky stars that the princess is so knowledgeable about plant life. Come to think of it, I haven't heard about any of her woodland escapades recently. I don't mean to pry, but how's she faring? She's got a sweet tooth. I spoke to her in the library. I see. So she was thoroughly absorbed in her research and not particularly talkative. At least it sounds like she was in good spirits. Those in support of the colonization movement have not been kind to Arcelia due to her reserved stance on the matter. On the other hand, her journeys in the wilderness did not go over well with her more traditionalist constituents. They fear her much as they would a witch. Perhaps things would be different if she settled into a single faction instead of taking the high road and treating everyone as equals. Still, there are people in the Pioneers Coalition who think the world of her, just like that little girl who ran off a few moments ago. My point is that Arcelia may feel alone, but she's not. As our representative, stick by her through thick and thin, so she knows just how important she is to this city. Okay. I have to wait a game day, apparently. Boo! But that's not necessarily a bad thing. We can go and unlock a job while we're waiting, because that's one of the few things I have available to me. So, let's go ahead. Because we've got probably 50 minutes to burn. So let's go get Dancer done. Dancer's I wouldn't say intense, but more intensive job to unlock out of it and Scholar, from what I understand, and from what I remember. So let's see. We need to go to Juno, I think. Upper Juno, I believe. Go to the entrance. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we still got Starlight going on, which is the Christmas event. So the music's different. Okay, so apparently we need to talk to Layla. It's weird having Christmas events going after Christmas. It feels like they should have ended it after Christmas, but what do you know? What do you be walking with me? I don't want to hear any nonsense about your desire to be a dancer in Troop Brithelon. I surely do. Not another one. Listen here, I've handpicked every member of Troop Brithelon for reasons of style and grace. This is no melting pot of entertainment like a certain Troop Valerinio. Can't be letting every heavy-footed Galka and rhythmless Hume that walks in me door. If it's that lessons you want, go ask your auntie. Nope. You're a stubborn lad, to be sure. I'll tell you what. If you bring me a Stardust Pebble, I'll rethink my stance. What kind of rock is that, you ask? Well, that's for you to find out. That's for you to find out. I overheard you speaking to Layla, so you think you can dance? You'll have to show you're absolutely committed before she'll even think about taking you under her wing. Maybe I could ask Layla for some hints about the Stardust Pebble. I can be sure you're really serious. I know! Have you heard of the Lion Springs Tavern in Sandoria? If you have the courage to dance on that stage, you'll prove to me that you have the passion for performance. So apparently we speak to Layla and she answers. Continue on to the next step. Okay, so you need to go to South Sandoria now and make a fool of myself on the stage. Now I've scratched my eye and it wants to be itchy now. Scratches. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, so they got the trees set up and everything. Events in this game actually don't really appeal to me at all. I think it's because I've got so much to do in the game, the events seem kind of eh. Okay, so apparently we need to talk to Valdertas. Valdertal. Welcome to the Lion Springs. You wish my permission to dance on the stage? Why, I've not had dancers here since True Brialoth graced us with a performance. As I recall, my customers were riotously appreciative. Their cheers shook the very walls of the tavern. Are you sure you're a dancer? It's just that you seem so nervous. Well, I suppose even professionals have the jitters every now and again. Allow me to prepare the audience. It's gonna go badly. Now's your chance to capture the hearts of the audience. Is that what they call dancing these days? My eyes. Their dancing style was quite unique. I was putting it lightly. You know, I'm not sure my establishment is the right place for such an original performance. Thanks for putting it down thanks for putting me down lightly and sarcastically. Anyway. Now with that done, travel to Juneau again. I also tried doing some capacity leveling in this game over the week. It kind of gets boring. I'll be honest. It feels like the leveling of old, and it's like, I did get some job stuff, but it's kind of slow going, at least for the time being, so. I have to do it for as many jobs as I want to do it, so. Bye. That must have been some performance to put you in the Lion Springs. News of your unique dancing style made it all the way to Juneau. Well, I guess I kept up my end of the deal and tell you what I learned about that stone. I hate to break it to you, but finding a Stardust Pebble might be close to impossible. 20 years ago, Stardust Pebbles could be found lying at the bottom of Lake Mekium in Jugner Forest. But their dazzling glow made them such a collector's item that not a single one remains there today. I believe our merciless leader has set you a task that cannot be completed. It's a shame. While you still lack the skill, you certainly have the spirit of a dancer. I shall have pull a trick out from my sleeve. I can't go into the past, so it is away. Now let's see. By the look of this, it says go to I-5. It looks like coming. It's the I-5. Touch the scene. Then return to Layla afterwards to finish unlocking the dancer job. Okay, so now I'm actually curious because it says that going from the Battalion down survival guide is the fastest way to get to the one at I-5. If I remember correctly, there's actually some issue with that. I might be wrong, though. I'm hoping I'm wrong. And that's not the one I want. This one. I do kind of wonder what I'll do with this game after I've kind of finished all the main story stuff, because I am going to do, like, all the artifact jobs and stuff like that for all the different jobs, but after that, I don't know. I'm still going to keep playing the game because I'm enjoying it, but there's not going to really be a story, so it's going to be you guys just kind of jumping in with me doing kind of whatever. So, and as much as I'd like to keep going with stuff like that, and I'd like to just get in here and just have fun with it, I really don't have the current audience to kind of just do whatever. Let's see. Okay, so I actually want to do the run far. Do I do what? No. I want to do Nerval in front. Right, yes. You want? We'll go with what the wiki says. I'm sure the wiki won't steer me wrong. At some point, though, I am gonna have to go like, I think we're done streaming the game because I just don't have anything particularly interesting going on. As much as I'd like to make it different, I mean, I can still work on doing, like, the weapons, unlocking weapon skills and doing dailies and stuff like that. But at some point, it's going to be like, eh. Oh, yeah, it would be closer. Okay. I was incorrect. For some reason, I thought it would be close to the lake, but I-5 is, like, right over, it's just around the corner here. Because we used to go to that part of the lake, like, all the time during Wings of the Goddess, so. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a thing here. Huh. concern, I think, with playing these more well-known games is that a lot of them are going to be fairly big. So I really just need to put that out of my mind, because ultimately it's a matter of just trying to get people interested in watching my stuff. So, interested in just becoming part of the community and just enjoying spending time with me, however parasocial it is. Glowing pebbles. It's the glowing pebbles location. This is the spot. You find a sparkling stone. Oh, isn't that a pretty little thing? I'll have to take one home with me. What are you copying at? I don't give out autographs. You have no idea who I am? Not everyone appreciates arts, I suppose. I'll be quitting the dancing game soon anyway. I meant to be at practice as we speak. All my days have been filled with dance. I find it hard to remember why I even started. That's never used to be such a chore. It made me mother and father so proud. Now... What a lovely lilting melody. I've never heard the pipes played so well. I feel so light all of a sudden. I feel like I could float right off the ground. I never knew I could enjoy dancing just for the sake of dancing. No cheering audience, no doting parents. You're fortunate, you know. I used to perform before lords and ladies. Now, where did that pipe there go? Sure that was a sweet song. Milady! A Ferrar! Thank Altana I found you safe and sound. If anything should happen to you, my honor would be irrevocably stained. Ferrer, did you manage to lag so far behind all those long... Why did you manage to lag so far behind with those long elven legs? My apologies, milady. It shan't happen again. Although, I suppose I should be thanking you. Thank me, milady. I was on the verge of giving up everything. The only reason I wanted to see the stones of the lake was to escape from dance practice. If you hadn't agreed to sneak me out, I might have thrown away me dancing forever. However, I've decided to give dancing another chance. Oh, my lady, I shall do everything in my power to see your dreams come to fruition. Let us return to the estate. I got the Stardust Bowl. Now, I don't know what the pipes, who's playing the pipes. Odd thing to say, but... Let's go ahead and head back. So we just go back to Layla in Upper Juno to finish unlocking becoming a dancer. It actually was not nearly as involved as I thought it was going to be. Maybe because it's far more involved because of how it used to be, where you actually didn't warp, where you couldn't warp to places. So maybe that was the reason. If that's the case, we can go ahead and look up Scholar now. went a little too far. Here we go. We will come back to this in just a little bit. Because we have to come back here for, we have to come back to Battalion Downs to go to Eldium Necropolis, to unlock Scholar. So, let's see. Juno. Reload Gardens, please. Okay, talk here. You here again? You brought me a Stardust Pebble? You think you can trick me with some painted piece of... Where did you get this? Now I suppose you're going to hold me to my word, are you? Well, you're up to the task and no mistaking. Welcome to True Brillioth. No, I have another Stardust Pebble, but it's light faded years ago. This rock reminds me of the day I learned the true joy of dancing. I can still hear the sound of the pipes. You look awfully familiar for some reason. Nah, I couldn't. Now, before you go begging your train, let me tell you a little something about the origin of our dance. The martial style based on the traditional Bastokian Pritsk dance, a dance used in actual battle. Of course, we've learned how to adapt this martial style into a form suitable for performances. But first, you'll have to work on the basic martial movements. Rhea, show this rookie the ropes. Did she just beat me silly? And now your body has been conditioned for the fundamental movements of the Krieg stance. Understand they're scuffing your feet? I expect you to be spending every spare moment practicing those moves. True Brillioth only accepts the best. I've gotten Dancer. Wonderful. Now, before we continue, let me go ahead and take a moment here. And read up on what we need to get for Scholar. Looks like we need to go get Roland Berries. I'm not sure where you'd get Roland Berries. Okay, so we can get them in Upper Juno, H6, so right inside MMP. Ugh. This fellow over here. Okay, so by reading this, I actually need to sell some items too. Go ahead and sell the hummus. Squirrel meat. Get his putrid scales, we'll do the bone chip. Do the bat fangs. Oh, it's still it's still the Juno theme. It's just differently tuned. Bum, ba, ba, ba. I didn't notice that. Yes, I have a bunch of geodes. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Okay. Now, according to this, so we're going to give the Roland Berries to an NPC called Tucker. Okay, so I need to get that many sheets. 12 stacks of 12. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Just make sure that I have that the right amount. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we have 12 stacks of 12. Okay, time to do a little warp into the past. Sorry, a second here. Okay. Oh, a potential pupil. Have you come to enroll in the Schultz School of Martial Theory? I was just looking for the latrine. Where's the dotted line? Such enthusiasm! We certainly welcome beginners. Ah, how positively rude of me. You may address me as Professor Erlang. As well as serving as the operations staff here in the Necropolis, I teach martial theory to academic applicants in my capacity as a military scholar. And what is martial theory, you ask? What is martial theory, you ask? In a nutshell, is the study of applying tactics and strategy to ensure victory on the field of battle. The Schultz School of Martial Theory mainly focuses on the study of ancient military magic texts known as grimoires. The beauty of this approach is the effective incorporation of spells and incantations into the latest strategies and tactics. People schooled at in Schultz martial theory are valued across Vandal as military tacticians. Allow me to demonstrate the dual nature of the grimoire. That was the white grimoire, and this, the black grimoire. Do I have your full attention now? Utilizing the teachings of the Schultz theories, one is able to switch between the two as the situation demands. What is all this commotion? Professor Ulbricht, when did you return? Must I introduce myself to our guest, Professor Erlen? Greetings, I'm Professor Ulbricht, Chief of the Operations of the Republican Army of Bastock. From my observations, I would say your interest was captured more by a flashy grimoire display than Professor Earl's explanation of Schultz's martial theory. I do not mean to criticize. It is natural for one to feel wonder at the things we do not understand. That curiosity is your ally. However, mastery of the grimoire requires more than simple enthusiasm. A pity, but I do not think you... Oh, enough of your ponderous blustering, Professor. The gates of knowledge must not be closed to one with willingness to learn. Is this not a fundamental law of the Schultz school? Do not take the professor's flippant dismissal to heart. You will have your chance to learn. There are, however, certain requirements. You must understand, the grimoires are valuable tomes. I'm not speaking to deprive you of coin. There are other... Sheets of vellum! We have a dire short of sheets of vellum. Professor Ulbricht, I'll thank you not to interrupt me. Have I misspoken? Do we not require this material in abundance? While the matter is not terribly urgent, I believe 12 sheets of vellum should cover our needs. You have your task. Altana's fortune smile upon you. Professor Ulbricht, this applicant has not yet been processed. 12. Not one less. Professor! If you would be so kind as to collect 12 sheets of vellum, I shall begin planning an exclusive curriculum for your introduction to martial theory. I have not spoken on camera for nearly a week now. My throat is not used to it again. Anyway, so now the main reason we needed to get the Roland berries, mind you, is because we go to Crawlers and he can give us vellum for Roland berries. So that is what we're doing. And we got so many because I'm going to take a guess. He wants a lot of Roland berries. Maybe to make wine, maybe to eat. Who knows? Maybe he's a glutton. I don't know. So this is what we do. We go running off to patient assistance. And we're going to run off to the Durflin front. Crawler's Nest. Okay, so Tucker is in here somewhere. Let's see if we can go find him. K8, so he's in here somewhere. Shouldn't be too far. K8 is very far on the right side of the map, so let's see here. Ah, Tucker, here he is. So, you're Jedith, right? And that's not all I know. Little bird tells me you need sheets of vellum. Well, okay, it wasn't a little bird. It was Professor Ulbricht, the loony in the tomb. He said I'd be getting a visit from a guy called Jedith, and shave my mustache if he wasn't right. Anyway, I might be able to help you with your little task. Of course, it ain't gonna be for free. Naturally. Here's the deal. I'll give you one sheet of vellum for every 12 Roland berries you bring me. I'll take up to 4 dozen at a time. That means 4 sheets of vellum for you. The way those scholars go through them, sheets of vellum are a gold mine for traders right now. I'm letting them go for cheap, if you ask me. I'll be right here when you're ready to trade the goods. Okay. So apparently, you can do a cost of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, trade 4 stacks of berries at a time to get 4 sheets. You brought the berries? Fair enough. Here's my side of the bargain. Takes out his pouch. This should give you a nice boost to my profits. Let me let you in on a trader's secret as a little bonus. Crawler saliva has a preserving effect, you see. The berries that have been down here for years sell for ridiculous prices. That's why there's always been a market for them here in the nest. I came here to buy berries on the way back from business with a customer. The fields have been ripped up a scuffle between Federation forces and the turtle guys. The shipments were canceled. I was in a real pickle until you showed up, and now I have pickled berries. I'm still taking berries if you've got them. Just keep them rolling those beauties into my arms. Okay, so that would explain why he wants so many. Brought the berries? Fair enough. Here's my side of the bargain. He gives me, thank you very much. I'm still taking berries if you got them. Just keep rolling those beauties into my arms. That's another 4 sheets. You brought the berries? Fair enough. Here's my side of the bargain. Uh-oh. Looks like I've run out of vellum. But thanks to you, I built a handsome stockpile of berries. I don't know how you managed to get a hold of so many, and I'm not going to ask. No, keep your trap shut. I don't want to know. Be safe on your travels, and say hello to that nutty professor for me. Apparently, at this point, he will not give you any more vellum, and he will not take any more berries. So it's very important that you do this in a particular way. The idea that crawler saliva is a preservative is interesting because I believe there's a quest where you're actually tasked to get aged berry, and you actually age it up by decade to decade a few times until you get something that's actually really, really well done, like kind of like a wine or something like that. So interesting little tidbit about that. And I had thought that okay, so there was a quest that I did kind of at the beginning of there was a quest that I did at the beginning of Seekers of Adeline, where the guy was wanting something from the Middle Lands. I thought it would have been berry because the inside was very pink, was kind of a lovely red, and made me think berry. And berry is probably the fruit I first think of when I think of Final Fantasy because of this game, I think. Because this was after Final Fantasy 6 and 8. This was the next game I got into, and got into it pretty big. I got into 7 kind of afterwards. I was not enamored with 7, I'm gonna say, and I know that means I'm a minority. Some people think that 7 is the greatest game ever made. I slightly disagree. I feel 6 is better, but put down the torches and stakes. Why don't you? Some of us didn't grow up with PlayStation, so anyway, we need to go back to Elden Necropolis. Actually, we need to do one more thing. So apparently, you actually have to go change to a mage class. So we'll go ahead and do that first. Where's the closest place where I could probably change into a job? Mara would be pretty quick. In terms of a... Nah, we'll just do Sand. It's fine. Not doing Sandoria past because I have to run all the way to the mob. the Mog House. Region, North Sandoria. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and change over to our Red Mage, which I have really not touched ever since we switched to Samurai. At some point, we'll get back into playing Red Mage, at least a little bit. There's still spells I have to get for Red Mage. I'm gonna worry about that stuff later. It is weird. It is the, 29th of December? I'm using a fan in my room. It boggles my mind. Anyway, let's see. Change over to Red Mage. So this is the gear that I have for... This is the Emnament gear. I'm going to change it at some point when I get actual Ambu Mage gear. That's something I've been working on a monthly basis. Because as you do Ambu, you're building up the total hallmarks, and each of those will get you enough points to... get you enough materials to... crank up armor to +2. The weapons is a different story, but we'll get to that eventually. Let's see. We needed to go back to Northern Sandoria. Go to the entrance. Little britches, stinky britches. Oh. So yeah, the equipment I'm using is still the 117 that I got back who knows when. I want to be careful. I don't want to get drawn into the combat itself. Hope they're still here. If not, I'm gonna have to do something else. They should still be here because this is not the main point of contention, not contention. Okay. There is my vellum! There it is. Ah, the sheets of vellum. Excellent. While I am still rather irked at Professor Ulbricht's imposition, it is true we scholars can never have enough good vellum in stock. I've already prepared your grimoire from our available supplies, of course. Inside, I've inscribed a curriculum on which to base your studies. Grimoire is both magical tome and tactical manual. Military scholar fights with both intellect and knowledge. This book will be your weapon. Tell me, what are the two schools of magic? Yes, white magic and black magic. Their natures are diametrically opposed, leading most practitioners to focus on one school or the other in order to attain true mastery. However, we scholars learn the laws of magic as a single theory, and thus overcome the disadvantages inherent in specialization. In simple terms, we are able to utilize the full potential of both forms of magic. From a tactical point of view, a scholar can choose the incantation most suitable for the task at hand, regardless of school. That is the strength that lies at the heart of the Schultz school of martial theory. But rather than listen to me drone, you would be better served by reading this grimoire, experiencing the theory for yourself. One does learn faster through doing, yes? At least I do. Very well. Let's have you read the first page while producing an arcane tap effect. This manifestation of arcane energy will trigger the astral properties of the grimoire and empower the words within. It will also serve to attune the tome to your personal astral signature. Ah. An arcane tap effect is somewhat different from the sudden bursts of magic provided by spells such as fire. It is a steady stream of magical energy. Both Manafont and Chain Spell are examples of arcane tap effects. How else can I explain? Ah yes, while similar, Benediction will not produce the required energy. Magical power of such abilities dissipate at the culmination of spellcasting. Do you understand the difference? No, but I have a Wikipedia here. It helps. Now, initiate whichever arcane tap effect is available to you, and open the grimoire to the first page in order to complete the attunement process. That is why we had change, but it's very specific. So, abilities, job ability. Now, I normally wouldn't have activated this spell, change spell, because it's my 1 hour ability. But we do this specifically for this. Page 1. How to be a scholar. Congratulations on entering the Schultz School of Martial Theory. Professor Ulbricht. No need to steam up your glasses, Professor Erling. I'm merely here to pick up the sheets of vellum. Ah, here we are. Splendid. Were you aware that the history of magic stretches back 600 years? During that time, the rapid evolution of magical research has produced a myriad of spells and incantations. However, the effective utilization of these spells has never been the subject of thorough academic inquiry. These so-called mages have been so infatuated with their own power, not yet spent the time to meditate on the method of its use. In this respect, their ignorance equals that of common military scholars who, on the other hand, have ignored the existence of magic in their strategies. And that is where the Schultz School of Martial Theory breaks away from the pack. From the pack. In this age of stunning magical revolution, we're the only school to fuse arcane mystery with modern military tactics. A stirring oration, indeed, but a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Eh? Do you recall that lesson, Ulbricht? Professor Schultz! Roads are not safe. How did you... A pleasure to see you again, Earl Ulbricht. The resourceful general employs his enemies as well as his allies. I merely hopped in the back of a passing beastman's supply wagon and alighted near my destination. Same old Professor Schultz. I believe introductions are in order. Erlane, if you might do me the honor. This is Professor Gunther Schultz, the founder of the Schultz School of Martial Theory. He's a hero of Batstock, a type of genius that is born once a century. Erlane? My name and title would have been sufficient. I am but a member of academic society, nothing more. And who do we have here? Death, is it? In this world of chaos, there's always an avenue for salvation. In one age, that salvation may take the form of a brilliant, charismatic leader. In another age, an immensely powerful weapon. I believe the key to ending this war will be the knowledge and actions of those who have mastered the arts of the military scholar. That is my firm conviction. I am certain a day will come when you will hold the same belief. Oh, but listen to me, Ram. I have no time to be delivering lectures. Schultz School of Martial Theory encourages practical application. Only through testing your strategies in the heat of battle will you begin to grow as a scholar. Jedith, do not lose yourself in the power of the grimoire, but look within yourself for the direction you must tread. Now, if you'll excuse me. And I have unlocked all the jobs. Fantastic. Wonderful. And we're just about to finish type. That's perfect. We can run back, change into Samurai, and head back to Adeline to continue our story, which I'm very happy with. Now we have all the jobs unlocked, so I have access to all 22, and I can work on kind of leveling them up as I see fit. And we'll eventually get around to actually doing like the artifact story and stuff like the artifact relics and stuff like that eventually. Okay, teleportation services. Back to Sandoria. Or to Sandoria. I did notice, going back to my talking about games, as I've been going through games that have a certain level of following, I noticed that a large majority of my games that I find interesting actually do not have much of attention on Twitch, which I find a little sad, but also noting there's a lot of games out there. There's so many games out there. So I'm hoping that at some point my streams will be something that people will be interested in seeing to understand what these games are like at some point, to kind of enjoy my of seeing games the way I do, as these treasure troves of expansion and experience. Because honestly, playing any kind of new game and enjoying the art and history of it is actually really gratifying. I think that's the main reason why I really like getting into games, because I realize that somebody has worked their brains out to make this game work, most of the time. And they had an idea and they wanted to make it, and if the game has been made, it succeeded. They've succeeded in that part. Not all games have the success. In fact, only a small portion of them do have the success that makes it the work gratifying and profitable. But I feel like there are a lot of people out there who make a game because they saw something they wanted to do and took it upon them to make it, and sell one game, sell 1,000, sell 1,000,000, you know. At some point, you've enjoyed the process and you want to make more. So all right. Travel back to Western Adeline. And that'll do nicely. Okay, so now we're going to head into Seismic Battlegrounds just by walking. And we'll get a cutscene. There's Leafer. Whenever I wait for somebody, it's either somebody I know or somebody in my link shell. And I don't know everybody in my link shell, which I find a little bad, but I also have not been the one. I've also not been reaching out trying to like get to know everybody in my link shell. Not to mention that a lot of our link shell have alts and mules, so trying to parse out who is who, you have to remember who has what characters and all that jazz. So, uh-oh. Good. What's going on? You there! If you value your life, don't dare to take another step towards the jungle. This damsel must have been summoned by the spirits of the forest. Oh, Jedith, how coincidental that I should meet you under such unsavory circumstances. Same count. Haha, summoned by the spirits of the forest. I mean exactly as I said. You can take my words at their face value. To elaborate, I mean this current episode mimics one that occurs many years past. As to what the forest might want with her, my memories offer not even the slightest hint. What I do know is that this maiden will continue to heed the hinterland's call if we pretend this is only an isolated incident. She may even venture into the dark heart of the jungle, where there is no possible way we could keep watch over her at all times. If only the forest were not so dangerous. Maybe then she could feasibly meet with her mind's captor and plead for release from this ailment. Left to her own devices, however, I fear that it is more likely she would be praying for the sweet release of death from whatever savage beast stumbles upon her. If you wish to keep this girl from becoming a clump of bloody flesh hanging between jagged fangs, you need ascertain what is that the spirits of the jungle want with her. Fortunately, you already know someone whose erudition regarding forest apparitions is non-parallel. Non-perial. Yes, I do. Who do you know like that? Celia. Precisely. I'm certain you were witness to this personally, but I have heard many of tale of how Celia is able to commune with those who inhabit the jungle. The way I see it, Jedith, you are the man for the job. You know the right people. More important, any adventurer worth his weight in bile knows that saving damsels in distress is his goddess-given duty. Jedith of the Middlelands, do you have what it takes to uphold the tenets of your faith? Oh, what unbridled enthusiasm. Very well, I hereby entrust you with the most lofty of deeds. I would lend a hand myself, but I am afraid both of mine are tied with other affairs at the moment. Hey, don't you think that stealthy black outfit doubles as official permission to enter the woods? Get back here! Let the man be, Elmeric. He has his own brand of permission wish. It would be best hard if we didn't interfere. I doubt I shall ever understand how he manages to remain so expression-wessionless at all times. At any rate, he is a true oddity, an enigma tightly enclosed within a riddle, shrouded by a conundrum wondering. No wonder so much of the soldiers' idly chit-chat charu revolves around him. Well, there's no use chasing after that rebel. Let's concentrate on protecting the girl. Hey, you, Pioneer. Yeah, I'm talking to you. We heard you babbling with that black coat earlier. What was that all about? The girl's been summoned by spirits and you need to enlist Arcelia's help or something. And how do you even know the princess? Ah, if my memory serves me, you're the adventurer from the Middlelands. What a surprise. Guess that means you'll be able to tell Arcelia about this little incident. You deal with that, and we'll deal with getting the maiden home safe and sound. Huh? Why in all that's holy would you ask us where the princess is? You're the ones who's all friendly with her. Wouldn't you know better than us? Why don't you go try looking for her in places where you've met her before? Pretty basic advice, right? Well, if you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Anyway. Back into town we go. Oh, apparently we're actually supposed to go talk to him as well. We were waiting for the cutscene that we actually have to go talk to Elmeric, which is a little odd. We just talked to him in the cutscene. We've seen no change in the girl's condition. She remains unconscious. Were you able to meet with Arcelia? What? Why do you keep asking me where she is? I told you if you want to meet her again, try looking where you've met her before. He was also the same guy who taught me how to do logging, I think. How to do the logging skill. Anyway. Eastern Adeline. Apparently at waypoint 3. Boarding house. Here we are. Okay, I did that. Unless there's another boarding house door to touch. Otherwise, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Hang on. Oh, okay. Somehow I skipped through, and so I actually have to go to the library. Ah, that's Frederick. That's the last place we talked to her. She was here, so. I will say, having a light breeze across my face from the fan, it is nice. Hello, my dear Jedith. Why the long face? Oh yes, I have in fact seen the princess. She is right over there, doing what library patrons do. She has recently been rather absorbed in the abnormalities plaguing the hinterland, and has visited our humble archives numerous times these past weeks. As an aside, I believe her current interest lies close to home. Are you aware of the incident that occurred in town? Judith! How fortuitous! There's something I wanted to ask you. I know it seems like I'm obsessed with my brother's cryptic message recently, but I absolutely swear it isn't about him. I want to talk to you about the recent appearance of evil spirits in the city. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apparently there's a woman whose behavior has been quite suspicious of late, to say the least. For example, she's been slipping out of her house in the dead of night. That normally wouldn't be much cause for concern, except she looks like when she walks, like with a blank stare and glazed over eyes. What's more, she speaks in tongues whenever she's afflicted. Her destination seems to be somewhere in the jungle, as she often tries to leave the city. I thought you were reading some book. I swear I was. I just needed a break. That's all. I'm sorry. I know time is of the essence, and this matters of the utmost import. I won't be so careless again. Oh, come on, Arcelia. Oh, that was a joke? Well, it was a rather uncouth one, if you ask me. Why am I researching this anyway? Because the woman in question is the daughter of Polomio, who holds a high office in the Pioneers Coalition. He resides over certain aspects of Adeline's mercantile endeavors as an outspoken proponent of the colonization movement. I was just about to pay him a visit after I collected the necessary background information here, but you've come at the perfect time. If possible, would you please accompany me? I have a hunch that this could be somehow related to what befell my brother. What? You've seen something exactly like this? What are the odds? Oh my, how terrible. Well, let's make haste to the backgrounds to find this Elmeric person and check on that poor girl. What book was she reading? Didn't specify, and of course the texture on the book made it extremely hard to picture what it was. Where's that way? Yay! Sure, Frederick would have said something, but I'm not in the link shell at the moment, so. I do like it when people who know my character wave and clap to me and stuff like that. It's a nice little reminder of, hey, we see you. It's awfully nice. So, Frederick, ho! Shout out to you, my man. Holly ho and all that jazz. Oh, it's you. And Arcelia? Pardon me, Lady Alduin, for not noticing you sooner. And here I thought that adventurer was just blowing smoke. Anyway, what brings you out here? Oh, the girl? She finally regained consciousness, so we escorted her back home. Where's that? It's in Eastern Ireland, some nondescript boarding house on the way to the statue of the goddess. How about you let the princess do the talking, Middlelander? Oh, I know whom you're talking about. That's Nylene, Polymio's only daughter. We can't afford this chance. Let me start over again. We can't afford to let this chance pass us by. Let's head to the boarding house right away. I don't know if we actually bumped into Polymio. So I got a little ahead of myself, apparently. Okay, apparently this is a very long cutscene, so sit down, pull out that popcorn, and have some funsies. All right. Probably gonna go hoarse from doing all the talking then. We'll see. If it says it's a very long cutscene, so I'm expecting this to be like, what, 10 minutes? Very lore heavy, I guess. No! Whoever could have come to this? You still do not understand, old fool? It's deserved castigation at the hands of nature. Your comeuppance for supporting the forbidden act of colonization and draining the lifeblood of this continent. I agree that her curse is a result of her father's stance on colonization, but I think the agency behind her malady belongs to a different source. This is nothing other than a premeditated conspiracy to hinder our colonization in Ulbuka. Just who is capable of such a heinous act? Why, witches, of course. Witches? Preposterous. Surely you cannot think their ilk still exists. They exist without a doubt. I fear we know them all too well. I am sure even you can't have forgotten about the destruction wrought by that cavernous monstrous coven. No, you cannot possibly mean... That is downright absurd. Your obsession with finding evil at every corner has gone too far. You exorcists are worse than zealots. I would stay my tongue if I were you. Let's just say that I would do you well to remember that profession Hildebert's right-hand man is. You don't want Lord Vortimer discovering how incompetent you feel he is, do you? Not another fight. Can't go anywhere anymore without seeing people at each other's throats. You're right, Jeth. I shouldn't let my emotions get the best of me. That's why we can't just stand by and let their tempers flare. Who in the goddess's auspices are you? Well, if it isn't the Middlelander, I see you brought the princess with you. I help request that you put this quarrel to rest. Turning up each other's emotions won't solve anything, especially over something like this. This isn't merely something, my dear princess. A girl has been cursed. Slow down. Shouldn't you hear what Polmilo has to say before jumping to conclusions? Now, sir, would you please tell us exactly what happened to your daughter, Nylene? Yes, of course. However, I doubt I could have saved much. What I have to say will offer much insight. I barely understand her condition myself. As I told the peacekeepers earlier, my daughter has recently begun exhibiting rather strange behavior. She wanders the streets night after night as one possessed. If no one is there to stop her, she unfailingly meanders into the wilds. It's obvious she would act like that. This is a textbook example of a curse. You are but preaching to the choir, and I tire of having to continually explain that. My apologies, sir and madam. You can ignore their aspirations. If you have anything else to add, we'd be grateful to hear it. Let me think. Well, once she had fallen into her state, her eyes wandered if she's staring at nothing in particular. Engaging in conversation with her is nigh on impossible. But sometimes she will turn and face a certain direction, then unleash a barrage of incomprehensible gibberish. Like I said before, despite giving off the appearance that her mind is somewhere else, the moment you look away, she vanishes into the woods. I know not what has become of my precious Nylene. Had these two souls at the bivouac not been there to see her to her welfare. And where is your daughter now? She is in the next room over, fast asleep. I see. So, you two have cause to believe that that these are signs of a curse. And Ingrid, you say you've heard of a similar phenomenon? Indeed I have. Whilst in my travels through the Middlelands, I heard of a tale of an individual who was afflicted by the curses of evil spirits. He was doomed to walk the streets of his city both day and night, without reprieve. However, he left behind a legacy. To this very day, the people of his land dress up as ghosts once a year and have others chase after them. Pursuers even receive delectable confections for their efforts. Halloween. The origin of such festivities is almost certainly linked to a historical event in the distant past. Why the participants should reward pursuers with candy is beyond me. What illogical traditions those Easterners have. I'd say that the practice likely comes from an ancient ceremony that served the same function as exorcisms do today. My, to think that such a ludicrous custom would have a rich history behind it. A stunning story if ever I heard one. Thanks. I thought it was pretty good myself. What? You mean to say that you fabricated that whole explanation? Assard, you blatant lack of diligence disturbs me. Our order would surely sink into disrepute with you at its helm. While you've been content with remaining snugly within your proverbial Ubukan washbin, I've explored seas wider than you could possibly imagine to return with a veritable treasure trove of information. For example, did you know that people in the Middlelands have, for some years, succeeded in communicating with the spirits of an ancient witch brood? The name of which that brood would not have to be the Dark Lilies, would it? Ah, so you're familiar with them. I can't say that I'm surprised, though, as everyone in the Order of Weatherspoon should have heard that name at some point. Let's give you a challenge then. What about the rumors of the troop of evildoers who skulk about the hinterlands or the Dark Lily's successors? I refuse to believe such tripe. Troop, you say? So there are multiple witches involved? Yes. I can say with full confidence that this is the work of the Blackthorn Coven. The Blackthorn Coven. A tyrannous group of apocalypses incarnate. And you might as well do is join at the hip of how often they are seen apart. They've seen Eastern Obuka ablaze with their surreptitious experiments and single-handedly extinguish the burning passions of numerous pioneers. They somehow continue to evade us, flying back into the forest, only to bear their talons at a later date. No wonder they're also known as the heinous harpies. Is this nefarious sisterhood to which your daughter has fallen victim? No, you're wrong. At least that's what I want to believe. I understand that you might be likened to harpies, but I simply don't think they're capable of something like this. What's more, Jedith knows something about this Nyleen's event that you don't. Go on, tell them. Yes, please. Indulge us, Jedith. Might be the work of forest spirits. I see. So, if she was being called by forest sprites, then that's far enough, Arcelina. You do not truly believe that this fragrant display of balderdash, do you? Does he have any evidence for which to support this outrageous argument? We have enough, in my opinion. For example, I've noticed a spiritual aura in the air ever since we entered this dwelling. It's undeniably faint, almost like the scent of a far-off flower, borne aloft on the morning breeze. However, I can still sense it. Feeling greatly resembles what Jedith and I experienced when we met those spirits in the Zizak battlegrounds. We'd have to investigate further before making any definitive statements, but what Jedith proposes seems more than plausible. Auras hang in the air, flowery scents. Fie, I say. You employ florid metaphors to divert our attentions from your specious reasoning. It's none other than the curse of the wilds. Mr. Polymio is a leading figure of the colonization movement, has been targeted precisely because of his position. His daughter and the Chancellor have been cursed to show that not even the most influential Adolinians are above the will of the woodlands. With that, I bid you farewell. I have no more time to squander on sophistry when I am expected at the Weatherspoon mansion for Vespers. Polomio, you would do well to leave everything to me. I shall make sure that you receive the full support of Hildebert as well. Therefore, once we lift the curse, all I ask that you is grant a few minimal favors. I think you mean if you lift the curse. I honestly don't see you succeeding where your betters have failed. Squawk all you want. When the time comes, you and the princess will be proven for the fledglings that you are. Now, if you would excuse me, I have a citizen to save. Yikes. He wants to waste his time praying. That's his prerogative. We all know there's only one way to lift a coven's curse. Send them back from whence they came. Once this world is no longer defiled by their presence, the girls shall be once again be free. The fires of divine judgment cleanse them of their iniquity. Who do I believe here? They both promised me my daughter's return to normalcy. Their methods seem diametrically opposed. What about that Rosalia's pomade, Jeneth? Does it sense any abnormal presence? No reaction whatsoever. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the Leafkin. I guess this proves Cassard's wrong. Pomade would surely have reacted in some way if the woods were involved. Moreover, I seriously don't think the Blackthorn Coven has anything to do with this. That leaves... Mistress Arcelia, I beg of you, please save my daughter. Don't worry, I'll do everything in my power to cure your daughter of this affliction. However, I'll need your help with something in order to accomplish that. Strange spiritual energy permeates this room even as we speak. Could either you or your daughter possibly have brought back any artifacts from the forest? That seems highly unlikely. I may be a proponent of colonization, but I have personally never strode into the hinterland. Come to think of it, I did purchase an enchanting stone at the market the other day. The vendor told me that it comes from deep within Ubukan jungle. It resembles no jewel or mineral I have previously seen. Not only did it have a particular shape, but it was so overlarge that I could not fit in my palm. And the color! Upon first glance, it was a stunning shade of crimson, but upon further inspection, it's shown as warmly yellow as the sun. I rarely expressed any interest in expensive jewels, but I simply had to have this rare specimen for my collection. It wonderfully complements my Altana-shaped tree roots and the rocks Vinhard once slipped upon whilst climbing his eponymous hillock. Many of my colleagues also have succumbed to the temptation of a collector, for we all possess menageries of bizarre objects. In fact, the stone in question is said to have previously been worshipped as a vessel of transcendental power. The merchant who sold it to me added that it could very well have been crafted for commune with the creator deity. He is not so forthcoming with the name of which one. I am certain it must be important. My daughter was captivated by the stone's mystic properties, even more so than me, so I bequeathed it unto her. Now that I mention it, her behavior started to change soon after receiving the stone. Ah, so that stone's likely the property. Emil, would you mind if I met with your daughter? I have some questions for her. Of course not. Do as you please. Her room is the next one over. She's done it again, dear! What? She's gone? When I went to check on her, the window was open and she was nowhere to be seen. Darn that curse. We'd better start looking for her immediately. Hopefully she's not gone too far. Let's help look for her, Jeneth. Yeah. Where do you suggest we start? It's just a drawers, the forest all over town? The forest. Great minds think alike. We agree it's probably those spirits calling out to her again. The ports are getting... So they had the curio vendor movable taken out of place. It looks like they're making it so then they're bringing them back. There was an error that happened with them, and the Smith didn't say why, but this looks like they're returning them because they're all in the ports. So we agree that it's probably those spirits calling out to her again. I doubt those sprites bear any ill will towards Nylene. I get the feeling that something awful will happen if she enters those woods. Emil, could I ask for you to please search the town while Jared and I look for her at the edge of the forest? Ma'am, we'll let you know immediately once we find her, so please don't move from the spot. All right. Understood. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of a long cutscene. Never fear, it was important. All right, so we need to go to an Ergon Locus and Fret de Henetiel. Luckily, I filled up on crystals recently, so got enough kinetic points to make the jump. Near the frontier station. Torch bloom, so it's probably TB on the map, might I guess? Give it a second here. Let's let things load up. Number 1, number 2. TB. Yeah, that one down there. Cracklaw and Cinder Crab. Now I still do have combat region ones to do. Phidias crabs, scummy slugs, and vorse gnats. So none of these. That's okay. Wings. Ugh. Yep, I don't care about the litter reef. Go ahead and take me out. Ah, Perfidious crabs. Oh, I was going to say, what is that thing? It's a tour truck. It's an F, essentially. Oh, okay, so they don't actually, they don't attack. Huh. They're passive. Look, Jeneth, it's those buffoons from before. Yeah, the Heartwings. See what's in her hand? That's the mysterious stone Polymio was talking about, right? Spirits must be harbored within it. She was probably carrying it when we first helped her, too. I bet they just forgot to master their art this time. You know how stupid they can be when we encountered them before. Looks like I'm right. Chalk up one for Celia. This Hume is agonizingly slow. Such is our lot. I thought I would perish in there. Yet we did not. Enjoy the freedom we have been given. The horror! Never will I return to that den of iniquity. Jeth, she needs our help. Where am I? Are you all right, Eileen? I think so. Wait, Princess Arcelia? Why are you here? My friend Jeth and I came to rescue you from the clutches of the spirits who led you out here. Took control of your mind and forced you to trek to the jungle, didn't they? What? I guess so? I don't know, I'm so confused. That's okay, just calm down. Anything you can remember at all will be a huge help. Alright, I'll try. At first, I had no idea what was going on. I had no recollection of what I'd done during parts of the day, and those periods eventually got longer and longer until... Stone. Light from within Nyleen's mysterious stone fades into oblivion. Yes, the stone! Spirits hid within and would periodically force their way into my head, causing me to submit to their every command. At the same time, though, I gained some incredible insight. I'm not really sure how to explain it, except I was able to share consciousness with the entities controlling me. Share consciousness? Yes, as if our minds were connected. I could hear them simultaneously grieve for their freedom and apologize for their transgressions. The words, "Let us return home," and "Our deepest apologies" would constantly ring in my own head. Even our emotions seemed linked, for I would sometimes begin shedding tears for their plight, even though I resented what they were doing to me. It was surreal, like crying in a dream. My heart still aches thinking of what I saw while in that state. The fairies apparently got separated from their brethren while frolicking about in the woods. Then a pioneer or someone stumbled upon them, which sent the sprites into a panic and they hid inside the rock. You were able to learn all that because your minds were linked? Yes, though I almost wish I hadn't. Well, I'm glad that you emerged from it unscathed. Your parents should be even more relieved that they see that you're all right. So let's get you back. Who knew that we and the spirits of the forest could share memories and feelings? Nyleen could do that with forest sprites. Perhaps my brother... I'm sorry, I forget I said anything. This is neither the time nor place. Anyway, we need to take Nyleen home. There should be a frontier station around here if my memory serves me. There is indeed. Let's run back to that. The crack claws are kind of interesting to me because, one, they're another form of crab that we don't see. You see this model of crab all the time. I mean, there's probably a dozen different versions I've seen just playing the game. I haven't even exclusively been looking out for them. But the crack claws are different. They're a giant, they're a new version of crab, of crab model that I don't think we've seen until this. So much so that there's even a mount that you can get. That's a giant crack claw. Go ahead and skip past the lair reeve as well. We have to wait a game day after this. Oh boy. Father! Nyleen! I'm so happy you're okay. Arcelia, thank you so much. We are eternally grateful for what you and the frontier friend of yours have done for us, Princess. Oh, I almost forgot that pioneer friend of yours. Jedith. His name's Jedith. Thank you as well, Jedith. This reward may not be commensurate for what you receive in the Middle Lands, but it's all that I have on hand. I apologize for the inconvenience I have caused you to, and may you never have to endure an ordeal such as this again. Now, maybe Mother can stop nagging you about getting suckered in by shady vendors. Worry not, my love. I shall never purchase another obscure bauble as long as I live. Your daughter's right, Polymio. There are likely pounces upon pounces of potential dangers lying in wait within the hinterland. Until we know exactly how upsetting them will influence our own lives, we best be careful. Girl speaks the truth. It's best to let sleeping chocobos lie, We must never venture forth into the jungle again. Please don't put words in my mouth. That is not what I was saying. Either way, it seems that what was afflicting Nylene is no more. If that is the case, then there is no reason for me to stick around. Goodbye. I too must take my leave and inform Hildebrand of what has transpired. Neither of those two is willing to give an ilm. Is there nothing we can do to get them to cooperate? Not when prestige and stake is when prestige is at stake. Obviously. Nevertheless, I can't believe your intuition, Jeth. If you hadn't told me she was summoned by this force by spirits, I would never have noticed there are in the house. Eileen would also still be alone and confused in the heart of Hateniel. If we'd arrived even a few minutes later, she might have been eaten by goddess knows what. Yeah, you're rather sloppy. I can't take credit for this. What? Why can't you take credit for this? Wait, so someone gave you the idea when you found Nylene in the battlegrounds? Who could that be, I wonder? Black hair and a beard. Black as a morning veil. He wore a mysterious mantle. And he had with him a jewel-encrusted staff. He must be a unique individual if you remember all that about him. The old man dressed all in black. Aha! Could that possibly have been Theodore? That makes sense, seeing as how he's lived on the Ubukan mainland for quite some time. He's sure to know many things we don't. Yes, he would. Hey, Jet, do you think that you could ask him about my brother? Maybe you could shed some light on that situation, too. Jedith! I just want to say I believe in you. I know you can figure out what my brother wanted to tell us. I'm not going to pawn off all the responsibility to you, though. I'll search for Theodore on my spare time as well. Until we meet again, Jedith. Ellie Princess and her adventurer pet. I feel as if they were made for their personal mission to assassinate my character. Nothing good ever comes from being in the same room as them. Alright, Ingrid. Calm down. Can't have Vortimir getting wind of what happened. Not after you promised him you wouldn't make another mistake. Let the Middlelander be. All is said and done, no one would lend an ear to a money-grubbing outsider. True threat to the Exorcist resurgence is the princess. Mind my words, Arcelia V. Adeline. Soon enough, you shall regret ever having crossed Ingrid the Merciless. Yikes. Okay. I'm actually not sure what to do at the moment. We have probably 10 minutes to 15 minutes to burn until the next day. So I'm kind of at a loss of what we could do in the meantime. I can't think of any quest necessarily, and anything stronger than just do a simple something or other. Means I'm going to get stuck in more time than I actually have available to us. Oh, I want to be doing something. So I've unlocked all the jobs. The leveling job is going to take time to get set up and get going, more or less. I only have one coalition imperator at the moment, so not enough time to go actually do one of those, so Huh. Oh, okay. Used in creating escutcheons. Interesting. So you're actually making a... interesting. Interesting. I guess that is something I could do. I could go do an ambuscade or something. Wouldn't be a bad idea. was the ambuscade for this? It was the flan. That's right. That's what it was. I more or less have gotten everything I mean, I could do more, but I've kind of gotten everything I really needed to out of them. Yeah, I will admit, I'm kind of lost for words of what to do. I guess I could do a quick look up here. Ninjutsu scrolls and see if there's anything that's really simple or easy to go get. Going and getting certain ninjutsu spells would not be a bad thing to do. Because I've done so few, and I'm sure that I can just go get some from a vendor somewhere. That'll take up a little time. So let me go to Ninja. Here we are. Here's the scrolls. So the first one we get is Monka Ichi. I could use getting Keiton Ichi. Okay, so there's a couple places we can go for this. If we warp over to Western Adeline... It looks like if we go into the Tenshoto place, we can go get spells. So that's a quick something that we can do. Just go get all the spells that I need. Probably would not hurt if I switched over to Ninja, just in case, and got the spells. So, that's Lower Juno. We'll start at the Mog House. The reason being specifically, as of right now, when I do Ninja, I have no magic capability. Essentially, I can cast myself Shadows, which is essential to Ninja, but I really can't do anything else. As you saw there, I have some spells, but on the occasion when I've been fighting stuff in Abyssia, I'll fight enemies that can't be attacked with melee. They can only be hit with ranged or magic. Kinda as so well when I'm ninja, because I can't hit them. So we'll do a quick switch over to ninja, and then go buy up all the spells that I can. So I have some options with me. Katon, I think, was the one that I really wanted to get because I accidentally bought a whole stack of the tools for it, but didn't actually have the, but I was looking for the wrong one. I wanted to get I wanted to get the Shihai tools rather than the Katon tools, but I didn't want to just toss the tools away because I still can level up ninjutsu with it. So. The reason why I have, because back in the day when I was playing jobs that required you doing ranged or using ninja tools or something like that, it was expensive to get those tools, generally. So, typically I try to avoid using them. Ninja was interesting because if anyone wanted me to ninja tank, I did have to delve into what money I had to get some tools. But I never used anything other than shadows, basically. And even then, I tried not to be shadow tank because I just hated being a shadow tank. Yeah, I got these ones, which the Ichitaki, when I actually needed to have the Shihai because I was thinking of Itsasumi. So that's the main reason. It looks like they have a bunch of the spells here. So let me go ahead and buy one of each of these. Now, as I understand it, there's the Ichi, which is the level 1 spell, and then there's the Ni, which is the level 2 spell, which is an enhanced version. Oh, well, then we have recall spells. Nah, I'll get them another time. But the fact that they have the... interesting. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then I want to get the Ichi as well. Yes. Retrace and Asper and all that jazz. Asper's one of those spells that I couldn't actually get particularly easily, was it? I think you could get it as a obtained from making the grade. Anyway. So I have Ujasemi Ni, which I got from somebody doing the battlefield stuff during the campaign a month and a half ago, I think. So I've had the, why do they want to trade with me? I think they mistaked that. So the reason why it's interesting to have two spells is because you want to be able to cast one when the other one is on cooldown. Ujasemi Ni has a 45-second cooldown, while I think Ichi has a 15-second cooldown. So kind of important in terms of like macros and stuff. So one can't be cast, the other one can. So let me go into my ninja macros actually. I'm gonna do a shadows confirm. Yeah, because I had two shadow spells. I had two shadow macros essentially. This one and the other one. What you can do, what I think I'll do eventually, is that I should be able to set it so then cast one spell and then cast the other one a second later. Because since I'm already casting one, I can't do the other. And if Ni is on cooldown, Ichi will activate. Okay, so that's what I cared about, was getting that stuff done. Okay, so go back into our magic here. We can sort out our ninjutsu. And I'll admit, I've actually never used any of these, because these all have different elementals to them. Yeah, so use the ninja tool Shihai. This is a paralyze. This is a slow. And it looks like that is the same one. This is a blind. This is a poison. This is a... Oh yeah, that's invisible. And this is a sound. So if you wanted to, you can use ninja spells rather than like invis and sneak or items that do the equivalent. Aisha weakens an enemy's attack. And there's other ones, but the Ichis are fairly important, as well as the knees. I think when you go further on into like into merit points and stuff like that, I think for ninja you're able to unlock some other higher level spells. I don't remember. Maybe it's in job points. But you can basically unlock the next level. But I don't remember it. Yeah, it says new Jitsu. Grants a new Nichu. San. Yes, creates shadows that. So you can unlock San, which is the 3rd level. Anyway, let's go ahead and change back because we're about to go into the next day so we can continue on. But a nice little diversion there for something that I actually needed to get, which is good. Sorry, I'm trying to log into a website here while I'm doing this. And sometimes I just can't jump between the two of them. Okay. So we want to go into our job, and we want to change the job back over to Samurai. And then we wanted to go into our... job points, and we want to drop our... not job points, but our... points here. Oh, I thought we had more points. Never mind. Huh, I thought I only needed 45 points. Really not. Anyway, let me go ahead and just do my magic here really quick. I'm gonna mark off that I got this. Fire. Okay, so we have Python Ichi, we have Hoton Ichi, Huton Ichi, Hoton. Now, those of you who have played Final Fantasy XIV, these will actually sound familiar because they're basically the same thing. We now have Raiton Ichi, Sweeton Ichi, Semi-Ichi, Chubaku Ichi, Ocho Ichi, and Ni, Koriyama Ichi, Tokomori Ichi, and then Honko Ichi, and Ni. Monomiichi. So as you can see, if you wanted to have the full suite of ninja tools, you're holding a lot in your inventory. I believe Corsair has something similar. You have elemental cards. You basically pop the card up and you shoot a bolt through it, and it will do different effects. The most important ones, I believe, were white and dark cards, because you had stun and dispel, essentially. So a lot of the other ones were not necessary unless you were fighting or you were farming something that had an elemental weakness to an element that you could activate pretty obviously. Anyway, we now need to go back to Western Adeline. We need to talk to LaVille back in the Pioneers Coalition. So now we're going to learn more about the Man in Black. I need to see if I can watch Men in Black cartoon again. I remember being there as a kid, and I was like, this is pretty freaky stuff. The animation was a little odd, and I didn't understand a whole lot of it. I don't know. Maybe I need to get back to it. Anyway, just a weird tangent from that simple liminal task mention of the name. So just that little phrase just immediately jumped me on. Anyway, well, if it isn't Jedith, come looking for more trouble, no doubt. Wish I had something for you to do, but my slate's as clean as the waters at Fontes Zanira. Wait, you're not really here to see me, are you? Yes, I came to give my regards. Oh, come on now. All our conversations are business-related. Why would this be any different? You know I'd be happy to tell you anything I can. No, I'm looking for someone. Another one of your manhunts, is it? Theodore, you say? Oh, right, that old fuddy-duddy who's always dressed like he's headed for a funeral. Funny you should mention him. One of my buddies who fancies himself adept at games of chance was talking the guy up a few days ago. Something about counting cards and loaded dice. Oh, I tuned him out. But if you're looking for Theodore, I'd check at the Mummers Coalition. Besides, with that dour look plastered on your face, you could probably use a bit of relaxation. Altana loves all her children, but I wouldn't be surprised one bit if that expression makes even her think twice about giving you guidance. Off you go. Let your hair down and gamble away some bailed. Everyone needs an escape now and again. I'll even give you a little bit if you don't have to worry about spending your hard-earned bailed. I don't get enough time off here, so I'm counting on you to have enough fun for the both of us. Awfully nice of him. But yeah, I do remember Theodore was at least in the Mummers Guild. I didn't remember if he was the head of it or not. A lot of people wearing just the race-specific clothes that you get unlocked. It's weird. Come on, people, wear some clothing. Wear some different outfits and stuff. Weird to see everybody just wearing the race-specific gear. Race-specific and gender-specific. Off to the Mummers. Okay, so apparently we actually have to gamble. Okay, so who do we need to go to? We could skip the minigame entirely, but we actually can't because they're doing maintenance checks on the port areas now, where I get the Curio Moogle stuff. So this is what we saw earlier. Ah, there's the man himself. He looks cool. I love this look. Well, well, my dearest Jedith. Pray tell, how went everything with the young lady you were after? Oh ho, you say you teamed up with our fair princess. The two of you have been seeing a lot of each other lately. But enough small talk. What can I do for you today? I presume you do not approach me simply to stare at my impeccably groomed mustache. Well, you do look quite dapper. Come now, we both know that that's not why you were really here. Can you help me with the Ignis issue? A bit of a hot-button issue these days. Well, we've had our fair share of dealings of late. Of course, I'm inclined to help you. To be frank, I have grown bored with my lot of late. And all things have their price. As an adventurer, you must understand, treasure means more when you overcome adversity to obtain it. In exchange for my aid, I would ask that you play a game with me. No, I promise there shan't be no riddles this time. I propose a mere game of chance. Say, boom or bust? One round will leave too much to chance, however, I know. However, I know we shall make it the best of 5 affair. Should you emerge the victor, I will aid you in whatever you seek. Not when I come up snake. What's boom or bust? Permit me to explain the rules of the games to you. Boom or bust is a dice game in which each player competes to get their dice closer to 11 than the other. Either you or your opponent may choose to shoot, or roll the dice, stay and do nothing, or pick the 3 tricks up your sleeve. The 3 tricks in your arsenal of deception include Sneak Peek, which allows you to see your opponent's shots, using the old switcheroo and trading shots with your opponent, or forcing your opponent to reroll a shot of his choice with crooked dice. These 3 tricks will spin the wheel of fortune in your favor, but it's precisely because of their immense powers we must limit their use to once per game. Make sure you attempt to turn the tables at the right time, or Lady Luck will be the one cleaning the house. Sure, let's take a shot. You look a little pale, Jedith. Feeling the pressure? I jest. This is just a game between friends, so there is no need for you to stiffen up like an all-day loaf of bread. The time of talk is over. Let us see whom fortune favors. Close your eyes for 1 second, and the table shall exuberantly turn against you. It's now turn number 1 for your opponent. Opponent shot. What did I get? I got a 4. You shot a 4 for a total of 4 on turn number 1. Shoot. Shot. Well. How about this? It's now turn number 2 for your opponent. Opponent shot. Okay. I got a 5. Got a 1 for a total of 5 on turn number 2. Shoot. You shot. How about this? Turn number 3 for your opponent. He shot as well. Let's shoot again. Oh, I've got 10. Dang. I'm going to hold. That has just begun. Try this on for size. Force you to shoot again. Your shot will turn number 1 is now number 4, and your total is now 10. I'm going to stay. Shot for turn number 1 is now 4, and your total is now 10. So, oh, he reshot it and became the same one again. I'm going to stay. Aha. He's going to shoot another time, and he stayed. Ah, he got 11. Don't go throwing your dice just because you lost, all right? Your record for this match is currently 0-1-0. So, lost, 0, or draw. Todd smiles on me this round. For a moment, I thought I might break a sweat. It's all skill and a little luck. What does Altona favor this day? You lose. Talk to Masad twice in a row to try again. Okay, shot a 4. I'm going to shoot again. Advance or retreat? May fate decide. Okay, so I got a 5 again. I'm going to shoot again. I believe I have to win 3 rounds, so this could take a little bit. We'll see. Okay, I'm sitting at a 7. Risque, but let's take another shot. What to do? What to do? Bring it home. He shot. I'm gonna shoot. Ah, no! Oh, I got 11. I read that backwards. Try this one on for size. The old switcheroo. 6 exchange with 2, and your total is now 15. Use a trick up my sleeve, I think. Let's do a switcheroo. Choose your die at exchange. Okay. I've got a 15, so I need to take 4 away. We'll do with your 4. How about that? I don't know what they are. Opponents is now at 13. Ah! You may think you have the upper hand now, but I wouldn't cash in those chips just yet. I am going to stay. You stayed. Oh, feeling the heat? Now my turn, number 5. My turn, number 5 for your opponent. And he stayed as well. So, he got 11. Ah! And I got a 13. Busted. Day is still young, Jeneth. Keep your chin up, and perhaps your luck will turn around. If we must remain spurned on by the promise of victory, our hearts race at the thought of agonized defeat. Would you think of a better way to spend your time, Jeneth? Okay. The man's clearly very skilled, and I'm not using everything to my advantage, so. So I got a 3. I do like that they use the combat music. It's a nice change. Okay, so I've got a 7 now. Try this one for size. It's forcing me to roll again. Turn from 2 to 6, and now I have a 9. Okay. 2 can play this game. Crooked die. Actually, no, we'll actually hold on that. Use a trick up my sleeve. Let's do a sneak peek. What have you got? Ooh, nice little animation. Okay, shot number 2 was a 4 for him. What? Yeah, we'll shoot. He stayed, so he's really close. I got a 5. I'm gonna bust. So, ooh. Okay, so I got a 5, which puts me at 14. I need to lose 2. So if I do stay, is that just immediate fail, or do I get to do? Nope, he stayed. Do I get to do another move? I don't. Darn, this is hard. Every time I've done it, he's gotten 11 right off the top. The last one he got 10. It was 10 actually. Most unfortunate turn of events for you, Jeneth. We had a deal. No victory, no discussion. I wish you better luck on your next go-out. Hey, Masad. Let's try again with Theodore. Come back for another try? Far be it for me to turn down a challenge. Okay, I just happen to be crap at these games, so. Got a 5. All right. Shoot again. Advance or retreat. A fate decide. I got 11. Ooh. He's a trick up my sleeve. I'm kind of curious about this. Crooked die. Make him shoot again. Tricky, are you not? I'm gonna stay. He's probably gonna use one as well. Well, well. How about this? And he shot. I stayed. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of Sabatons. Sabatons, I think. Ah, they used his... Ah, come on, dude. And your total is now 12. All part of the plan. I don't even get a shot. Oh, we both busted. You're equally matched and have drawn. Here's we have Battlefield on a standstill. Even the friendliest of games demands honest competition. On to the next one. Oh, dagnabbit. I don't know if I'm going to have any tips. Every time I get close enough, he's able to spurn me with another shot. He's able to spurn me with a trick shot. So I got lucky that time. I got lucky that time getting him to bust, but... So when I say stay, I actually can't do any more. Okay, so now that's 6. Let's go ahead and do a shoot. I'm going to shoot as well. I hit 11 again. What do you know? Gonna shoot me again. Versus my turn. Oh gosh, what do I have? Is now 1, and your total is now 8. Ah. Nasty. Sneak peek. What did he get on his third roll? Three was a 3-4. Oh. He stayed. I'm gonna be too much. 12. That's a bust. Ah. Oh. Below 14. Yeah, I fold. I can't win. Yeah, that's a loss. Darn it. Unless he does something nice, which he's not going to do. 10 to 14. Yep. The thing is that every time I get 11, he throws a curveball at me. So it's like, why can't I do the same to him? When I see that he stays, I wish I could throw a curve at him, but I can't. It seems like it's a little against my favor to play as such, but I don't know what else to do. And I can only peek at his dice once, so I can only peek at his numbers once, so I don't know what he has. So I got a 2. Five. Here's a trick up my sleeve. Let's go ahead and do a sneak peek. What was your first shot? He got a 4. Pretty better than what I have. Learned something, have we? I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. But now I have a 9. Try this on for size. Use the little switcheroo. Ah, his 5 has been exchanged for your 1, and your total is now 13. I can't do anything now. So if I stay, I can't do anything, and he wins. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Maybe I just have to get lucky while doing a crooked thing. I don't know. That freaking sucks. Come on now, that's absolutely ridiculous. A hollow victory over an apathetic foe leaves a taste no better than defeat. Do not disappoint. I feel like this is very out of my favor because I can't really screw him over. I got a number 1. I think once I get within like 8 to 11 or something like that, I need to throw a crooked dice at him. Switcheroo seems like it's just as big a gamble as me just rolling the die. So it's not worth doing. Let me shoot one more time. Okay, so he shot. Got a 5, so that got me to what? 8? Okay. He's gonna do a roll on me. Old switcheroo. My total has now become a 12. His 6 has been exchanged with your 2, and your total is now 12. Okay. Switcheroo. Exchange to 6. Exchange with your first one. And your total is now 8. Whoa. I'm still in trouble because he could bust, or I could stay where it is. He's been able to get to 10s. 10 and 11. He's never been anything lower. So I have no instinct to know that he will do lower. If I do stay and he has something higher, I still lose. If I shoot, I'm still going to miss. But I feel like I have a safer bet if I stay. And hope that he busts. I doubt he will. Oh, he busted! Hey, there we go! You win, and thus have the right to gloat all you want until your rematch. I need to close this out before things get ugly. This may be a friendly contest, but I assure you I will pull no punches. I would implore you to do the same. Okay, so I was lucky and had him bust. I need to make sure that I can make him do that again. So 3. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot again. Got a 6 now. It is nice that maintenance in this game, it can be done by instance. I don't think you can do that in 14 now. They never have. Whenever they do maintenance, it's always been like a whole world or something like that. But the fact that they can do certain areas is actually kind of nice. Okay, so I've gotten 6. Yeah, let's sneak a peek at something he has. What was your second shot? It was a 1. Okay, so I have a 1. So if I need to get a 1, I can. But let's go ahead and shoot. Okay, so he shot as well. Hot dog! I hit 11. I would like to stay. He's gonna throw crooked at me. He shot. Ah! But he didn't do anything else. And he shot again. But he didn't do a... Oh, try this one out for size. Okay. And now I have a 13. Dagnabbit. See, that seemed really rude. He was able to roll and then able to do a switcheroo. I can't do that. I have to choose shoot and or do it there. That's really dumb. So we draw 3 times, but we have no wins. Dagnabbit. Unfortunately, like every casino, it's rigged in the house's favor. That's really dumb. That he can shoot and still use his tricks, but I can't. I have to use my trick and then shoot. It's really dumb. If you have a rule like that, I get the same choice as the NPC. That's how it's fair. Okay, I'm gonna shoot for another one because I had a 6. What do I get this time? I got a 1, so I'm 7. Crux of the issue. All right. Try this on for size. Switcheroo. 6 has been exchanged with 7. Your total is 6 has been exchanged with your 6. Ha 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 ha. Let's do a sneak peek. Let's see what your first roll was. First shot was a 6 for him. Okay. I guess I'll do another shot. Yeah. He stayed. Okay. Oh, he stayed. He can't do any more to me. Stay. I just won the round. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do something stupid. I won. He busted. Awesome. Go first. I must admit, I'm taking an interest in your skill, but it's too early to raise the white flag. Got a 2. I'm gonna go ahead and do another roll. Got 4. Okay. Ah, he's gonna do one for me. Okay, now I have a total of 8 rather than, okay. I need to trick up my own then. I'm gonna have you do another shot. Your second shot. Tricky, are you not? So I have an 8. That's rough. We'll do a shoot. I have a 50-50 roughly of making it so then I stay in the 11. So I think 6 is the highest that you can roll. Okay, so I'm at a 10 now. I want to stay. And he stayed with as well. Ah, I won! This was 9! Okay, so we can't get lower than 10. I refuse to yield so easily. Off with the gloves! Okay, what's our shot? 1. Got 6. Use a trick up my sleeve. How about I take my 1, exchange it for his. Probably better. Ah, now I have a total of 8, and I took his 3. You may think you have the upper hand here, but I wouldn't cash in those chips just yet. Now I hit 8. Let's go ahead and shoot. I got a 10. Now, of course, he's probably going to throw his, he's going to probably throw, crooked dice at me. Yep, there he goes. I now have 11! Oh, sweet! No, I think you're feeling the heat, my man. I win. Oh! That's my luck that he made it. The number 2 was a 6. It was a 5 before. I love it. Third time's the charm. Congratulations, my friend. With the look on your face, I was not sure I would make it. Pray my ramblings no heed, Sheriff. What is it you wish to discuss? About Yignis. I see. Is that so? I think I understand. What you truly seek is the reason why Yignis pointed his twig of a finger at his younger sister. Why, the answer is so obvious that I'm amazed you came to me at all. Think, Chet. Was he really pointing at Arcelia, or something else? I'm sure he would be loath to point at another, as it goes against the very basics of etiquette. Begging your pardon, but would you do the favor of pointing at me? See, Jedith? Like that. When one points at another, he instinctively goes for the chest. So let me ask you to think carefully. Where was Yignis pointing? Like I said at the beginning of the stream. He's pointing at the sword. Orthenspur. At her waist. Aha! And what, pray tell, is about her waist that warrants pointing out? A sword? Precisely. Arcelia is not the subject of his gaze. Rather, what truly caught his eye was the sword she had at her side. Don't you agree? Kinda obvious. Now the question you must ask yourself is, what does this all mean? You are a smart man, Jazz. Surely you do not need me to spoon feed you. His message was intended for you, was it not? I suppose I have a few years on you, but I would be too much for you to expect me to provide all the answers. I am not an oracle, blessed with the ability to see the truths hidden behind shadows. The best I can do is provide you with tiny insights into the realm of possibilities. I like Theodore. He's a very suave character. Not suave in the normal sense, but very much a gentleman. Now, if I were you, I would start by finding out all I could about Arcelia's blade. And if I had to find information somewhere, what would that be? I leave this mystery in your capable hands, Jeneth. That was such a wonderful luck stroke win there for that last round. I loved it. So it was a massive loss for the first round. It was ties for the second and wins for the third. Just felt good. All right. Okay, now we need to go back to the Pioneers Coalition and talk to Laville. It's funny that we're talking to Laville so much. I barely remember him being in the thing when we started out. We were talking with the guy next to the task. Who was it? Brenton? Brenton, yes. But Laville is kind of the head of the Pioneers. Not the head, but kind of the main person to talk to, I guess. Because the main person is Leia, I think. Oh, it's Zenith again. To what do I owe the honor this time? Orthsen. Ah, you mean the mysterious blade of hers she always keeps buckled at her waist? Orthsen, you called it. Must be something special to have such an enigmatic moniker. Wish I could help you, but my specialty lies in pioneering and colonization. Afraid I won't be of much use. Now, if you wanted to know where you could find out more, then... Yeah, this is the gal. Lei Lavangavo. Well, look who the cat dragged in. If it isn't Jedith here in the flesh. What a coincidence. Let me give you a piece of advice. Not as a maester, but as a person. Don't rely on whispers and rumors for information. Look read, feel, and find things out on your own. And when it comes to reading, well, there's one place in Adeline that stands above all. Where else? The Selenia Memorial Library. Stop wasting your time floundering around my good-for-nothing subordinates and paw your way over there. Volumes of knowledge speak more truths than this morning ever could muster. And since I'm already berating you, Livin, stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Yeah. You think I'm making some kind of joke? We'll see how much energy you have left to mock me after I double your shift and take away your lunch break. But my boiled tomatoes will spoil. So today you've learned that somebody cherishes his meals more than his job. No, it's not like that at all. Standing here providing guidance helps my day shine brighter than the statue of Altana. And let's bring a little bit more light in your life by having you come in this light's day. Gotta save me! Jeth, what are you still doing here? Didn't I tell you to get that scrawny frame of yours over to the library? Hut! You don't get out of here right now. Well, let's just say my claws are due for a good sharpening. So, if you remember a couple of streams ago, I had a side quest pop up when I walked in there. That's the gal. And she absolutely chewed out a couple guys for not going out about their expedition thing. And they kind of wrapped me in to just help them because they were not going to go out in the wilds. So, the maintenance is concluded, it looks like. Anyway, Eastern Adeline, Scouts Coalition, off we go. All right, so back to the library we go. And I'm guessing we're going to run into her again. Darcilia basically lives here at the library now. Ah, Jeth, always a pleasure to have you come pay us a visit. Our fair princess is not here today, but I would be glad to assist you in any way I'm able. Oh, she's not here today. Interesting. Arthurson, the sword of the Founder King, you mean? All our books and historical happenings and artifacts were located on the shelves towards the back of the room. I have but one request. Please do not cause much of a ruckus this time. Yes. Let's not do it. Heroes and Legends of Adeline. You carefully remove Heroes and Legends of Adeline from the shelf. Its red leather cover is emblazoned with the seal of the Order of Adeline. The first chapter, floridly titled, White Wings of the Swallow Bring Glory Unto Our House, contains a vivid description of the Founder King's exploits in Obuka, as well as a variety of minutiae about royal retainers. And so it came to be that Founder King, may his glory blossom eternal, advanced onto the continent with 11 of his most trusted retainers. In one fell swoop, he severed the heads of 100 beasts. The very trees parted before his noble visage, their limbs genuflecting as he passed ever further into the jungle. But the innermost reaches refused to yield to even one so steadfast as will and righteousness of spirit as his majesty. If he could not breach the veil, then what hope did his 11 retainers have? One by one they fell to demons with teeth as long as great swords and claws as sharp as daggers, or brambled vines whose choking grasps injected poison into the retinue's writhing flesh. Only one ever remained resolute in the face of impending doom, the unwavering Morimar of the Order of Shendik, whose axe cleaved foe after foe in twain in the name of our king. And then the continent began to turn on them. What happened to them that day was lost to the ages, yet the Founder King surely stared into the cold gaze of death as he lay beneath the shrouded canopy. As the darkness clouds his eyes, he feebly rose his right hand, presenting Morimar with his blade and a tiny keepsake. And with his last breath murmured, "Never again shall man set foot into the woods of Ulbuga." Morimar solemnly accepted these gifts as the Founder King bid him return to Adeline in his stead. Morimar hurried back to this city, spreading the Founder King's dying words to all. His duty fulfilled, he marched back into the wilds, never to be heard from again. Treasures of the royal family. You carefully remove treasures of the royal family from the shelf. Its spine is ground soft, and a musty smell wafts from its blue cover. Depictions of various jewels, paintings, earthenware, and more adorn the tome's faded yellow pages. Ortharsin. This blade, specifically a poniard, was wielded by the late founder king from the age of 6 until his untimely demise in the wilds of Uka. Since then, each of Alduin's kings has kept a blade at their side, not just as a ceremonial object, but also as a solemn reminder of the founder king's dying words. In more recent history, the dissolution of the monarchy means that no man has ruling authority over the city, yet each Grand Chancellor has continued to uphold this most ancient of customs. Owing in large part to the circumstances of the legendary poniard returning to Alduin after the founder king's fall, rumors abound that the blade holds a latent potential within, yet none have seen it do anything more than hang at its owner's waist. His Majesty and the Golden Beast. Carefully remove His Majesty and the Golden Beast from the shelves. This black volume is covered with a thin layer of dust. A colorful illustration meant for a younger audience depicts a 3-yalm-tall beast of unknown species, rearing up on its hind legs to confront a battle-ready founder king. And biggest monster Adlin ever did see rose up and bared its teeth at the king. How big was it? Why, it made even the biggest mountain look like the tiniest vermin nest. The founder king's head nearly fell from his shoulders, straining to look up at its face. Its fur sparkled in the light of a bright sun above. The beast gave out a mighty roar. Its claws were bigger and sharper than even the king's sword. Leave this to me, the king bellowed as he shielded his friends. So he fought the beast all by himself. They fought for 7 days and 7 nights until the beast finally apologized for making the king mad. Look at that very sad-looking beastie. Who are you? The king asked. My name's Terrakalm, the beast replied. So, Terrakalm, what is it? You lost, which must mean you must obey me. Of course, master. That's how the big, scary beast came to travel with the king deep into the jungle. Did you find what you were searching for, Jedith? All volumes, tomes, and treatises ever published in Alduin find their way onto our shelves. If it exists, you'll find it here. You wish to learn more about our princess's sword? Would that I could help you further, but what you seek is not located in our annals. Then I am unable to do so. Perhaps the one who knows the most about the blade would be its wielder, Princess Arcelia herself. I had an inkling that my words would bring out the bookworm in you, Jedith. I was thinking back on our conversation, recalled an old legend told about the blade in question. I am pleased that I found you here before you departed. Is your research complete? Oh, then I have impeccable timing. Tell me, have your studies borne fruit? I'm quite interested in hearing what you have learned, and we can discuss this legend of mine. Selenial Memorial Library shines once more, a veritable treasure trove of information to be sure. And your discoveries will help put this in the proper context. Let me regale you with the tales I have heard, though they may differ slightly from what other sources tell. In an age when shade didn't end this land, hordes of forest shall flock beyond in the limb of the Merc blade, yet only with the oar of the swallow's witward. Hence, one of the white feather shall flourish in the sports insect. It sounds like Old English. You seem perplexed, Jedith. Like most legends of old, the words themselves are quite tangled. Wouldn't you agree? I have faith that you can puzzle it out. Think of it as a mental exercise that may aid you in your quest. Fare thee well, Jedith, as my task for the day is done, and my games of chance await. Let me read that again. In an age whence shaded Denon his land, the warrants of forest shall flock beyond the lem of the murk blade, hit only with the oar of the swallow's white word. Hence, one of the white feathers shall flourish in the sword's sect. Yeah, curious indeed. Let's go see if we can talk to Arcelia. I know that blade. Oh, interesting. Senkantato, which is a different one that I have. Reeves. Ah, okay, so it's a Reeve weapon. Occasionally attacks twice. Let's see if we can talk to Blow. Well, I'll be. Look who it is. Wait, who are you again? Heavens, where was I when I saw you? Let me think. Was it the place with the thing? Oh, right, one of those pioneers that's on everyone's lips. Was it Jedith? Oh, hooray, I got it. I just knew I could. Sweet mercy, there's no time for small talk. You, wouldn't happen to have seen the princess, would you? Well, I mean, Arcelia, silly. But you knew that, didn't you? From Noah, it's just kind of it's a little bit of an airhead. So you haven't. Oh dear, what a terrible conundrum. You don't suppose she ran off to the forest again? Why she would go to the forest? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure either. I thought you would know better than I. After all, the two of you seem to have been through a lot together. I try to smile and laugh it off, but let me tell you, under that happy exterior, she's suffering inside. Yep. I mean, have you heard about her brother? He's just so cute. So adorable! I just want to squeeze him and bite those little toes off! Oh dear, I didn't say that, and no one can prove that I did. Be that as it may, Arcelia is stricken with worry. Not just for her brother, mind you. I used to hear all the ruckus when the pro and anti-colonial factions happen to meet in the halls. It tears her up so much that I cannot blame her for wanting to escape from the castle. It was just like back when... Back then? This is the only story I heard from my mother, who's been nursing Arcelia after she was born. This is before Ignis ascended to Grand Chancellor. Ignis was quite a clever young man, but still, a child is a child. His father was always droning on to him about whether or not colonization should recommence. The castle grew dark and the tension was so thick you could stab it with a fork. Arcelia always put on that brave facade of hers, but she has tested such heated arguments. She's always been quite sensitive and delicate, you see. So one day, she said enough is enough and left the castle for the wildlands. Imagine, such a place is dangerous even for prepared adults. So what hope could a young child have of coming back alive? Of course, a search party was dispatched as soon as they figured out what had happened, but no one could find her. Everyone had all but given up hope when, 1 week later, one of the soldiers found her sound asleep in a grassy meadow, one of the few places where light shone through to the forest floor. She was surrounded by all manner of fauna, circled around her frail form as if protecting her. The tale goes that when the party approached her, the beast did not attack, but instead slowly left, one by one, receding back into the tree line. Oh, the golden beast? But it gets stranger. 1 week she'd been in the forest, yet there is not a single scratch upon her pale skin, and Antonia gave not so much as a single rumble. What's more, Arcelia has not a single memory of what she had been doing during all that time. The only clue that she that we had is a torn piece of cloth marked with a particular sigil that she clutched tightly in her left hand. Torn piece of cloth. Yes, a mere piece of cloth. Well, when we saw the sigil embroidered on that piece of cloth, the heads of the 12 orders stood straight up in their chairs. Or so I've heard. The other bird said in his usually stuffy voice, to think that he would bring such shadows unto our fair city. In other words, all those bigwigs felt that this man, whoever he was at Arcelia's side. All too mysterious, don't you agree? She came back to the castle happier than anyone could have ever seen her. Before that, she'd been a bit of a shut-in, never passing through the castle gates, but she started to walk around the city more after the incident. I'm sorry, my nose is just itchy, and it almost feels drippy, but it's not. I just kind of want to pick at it. I really shouldn't. When Yignis took on the mantle of Grand Chancellor, she started venturing into Ulbuka more often. And you know what? Things are just like they were then. Never once did the denizens of the jungle so much as breathe on her. It baffles me to the highest heavens. Soldiers and pioneers come scurrying back with their tails between their legs, but some mysterious power shields our princess from harm. Though she may be beloved by a certain portion of our citizenry, thanks to those events, there are more than a few who view her with unease. Some even call her the wild-born witch. Oh dear, my poor Celia! Why must such people say such foul things? There's not a kinder soul in all of Alduin. It burns my blood to even think of it. Oh, Jeth, I didn't mean to take it out on you. It's just overwhelming, you know? You understand why I believe she must be wandering the wildlands if she's not in the castle. Next time you go to Ulbukan mainland, please, bring her back with you. Of course I will. I'm so glad to hear you say that. I worry about her so. After all, we live in troubled times. Her brother needs her perhaps more than any of us do. So again, Biotana, what's going on? It's Arcelia. She... What's wrong? Out with it! She's been abducted by monsters! What? Well, I will say this expansion has a lot more occasions where they have somebody running in, the music changes, and it's just an abrupt change of, just an abrupt turn of events. Hey, Easter to Adeline. I'm gonna go to the Pioneers Coalition. Okay, I want to go ahead and give you just a quick look here. Okay, so it doesn't look like any of the missions starting us out on Wednesday will have us waiting for the next game day, which is good. Okay, so this is the last mission we'll do for this stream, I think. Go to battlegrounds to the intersection of I-7 and J8 and click on the sign of struggle target. This is southwest of the frontier station. Okay, so not hard to get to. Someone pulled out a synergy furnace. Now, why there's a synergy furnace there? I think you can get rewarded with a portable synergy furnace if you do a quest or something. I can't remember what. IJ7 to... What intersection? I7 to J8. Yeah, so literally just right there. Worth it all to get there. So we've learned a couple things. We found out about this golden beast, which is a little curious. And we found out about The guy who made who's named after the Mormar salt flats. Mormar. But we know literally nothing else. And in that picture, it looked like it could have been the Golden Beast laying there. Oh, there actually is signs of a struggle. Why do you, of all people, have to show your unseemly cratered face around me? What's more unsettling, though, is that a creature so base and primitive possessed such unbridled powers. What happened? A tiger happened, that is what. A gargantuan feline has fettedly Ariat as Guild dropped in a gutter, carried her off in its slobbering jaws. The thing towered 3 full persons above us. Never have I seen a grotesquerie of such cloud-cleaving proportions. Not only that, but its deafening roar shook every tree and stone in sight. A single glance at its beady eyes was all I needed to know that this monstrosity would shred Adolin's entire population to bits to satisfy its uncanny thirst for blood. I swear on my life that I could see those ferocious teeth puncture the prince's fair skin as it whisked her into the jungle. It was all I could do to stay conscious until I caught wind of its breath. The odor could only be described as a mephitic stench of death. Why are you here? The stupidity of your question causes my head to throb with pain. What else could I have been doing besides searching for the princess? Only I meant to read that we expend our utmost efforts to return the Order of Alduin's most beloved personage to her homestead if she goes missing. Suppose even that concept proves convoluted to someone who knows only how to spill blood rather than preserve it. Of course, another exorcism. Oh, sorry, riffraff like you probably call them spookamounts, or something equally idiotic, is necessary. Just when we thought we had found her, well, this is what happened when your opponent is too craven to face you head on. I do not truly expect a savage beast to understand the concept of honor, but deception and trickery are the only tactics which he may employ to best someone of my caliber. Just of it all makes me even my visceral organs boil with rage. We were ilms away from bringing her home. Reading about it, however, we accomplished nothing. I would like nothing more than to go barreling into the depths of the forest and rescue our maiden in distress, but such stratagems befit no one but dim-witted adventurers who have heard one too many heroic ballads. Organized search party suits our situation best, not a misdirected band of vigilantes. Feel free to play your little game of sword and spell all you want, but we competent adults will return to Castle Alduin to devise a fully thought-out plan. Wow. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight. So, Ursula's been kidnapped by a giant tiger. Maybe this golden beast, as we found out, because it seems odd to throw that little bit of information in and not have that be more obvious. So, and I have hints of who it could be. I'm saying nothing though because I don't have any guarantees here, and I also haven't played this content, so I'm not going to speculate. I think it's a golden beast, but I could be wrong. It seems very obvious though. It seems pretty obvious that it's probably the golden beast. Now, the thought of the fact that it's a beast that stole off with her as a thief, as opposed to potentially saving her from Ingrid, because we know that Ingrid is not a fan of Arcelia. So that's my thought: is that that Ingrid has was going to do something to the princess, and this beast jumped in and saved her, unknowingly or not. So, however, we are going to stop here for the day. We're going to go ahead and throw ourselves at the rental room. and we will log off tonight. Whew. I'm glad we were able to figure out stuff to do in between when we were waiting. I'm hoping that doesn't happen too much next time, because I'm running out of things to do, actually. One way or another, we'll figure things out next time. So, we are back in it. Wednesday night, we will get back into this. If it's not, if I don't have other plans, if I do have other plans, then we'll push this to Friday. I don't know. I have no idea of any New Year plans as of right now. So the current plan is to come back this Friday night, and it probably will be a longer stream than normal, because it will be New Year's. I would like to do some stuff with family if I can, at least with my brother, with my sister and her husband. Do some kind of a gaming something for New Year's, but I don't know what their plans are, so I will need to message them and ask about it. Anyway, so we're going to end it here tonight, and Wednesday night, if nothing else changes, we will get back into this, and we will actually play a longer stream than normal. We will play at least the minimum 3 hours, and then we will potentially switch out to other games and play them throughout the night. Whenever I've done New Year's, I have never stayed up all night, like some people might. I usually will stay for New Year's and maybe an hour or two after that. But any longer than that, and I typically just get really drowsy and asleep, and I just want to go to sleep, honestly. I just, at 35, as much as I would love to just stay up like all night long, I just don't have it in me. I'm just not that kind of person. So we'll see how long it goes. Because it is New Year's, and if we are doing a streaming thing, I will activate the subscription, the subathon thing. So anybody who wants to support me that night, going into the last, wishing me off to 25.5 into 2026, by all means, you're able to come support me by paying subs and stuff like that. I will be showing this stuff up on I'll be throwing this back up onto the YouTube channel, which is down on which is in the page, as well as in the chat during some of the alerts. Tomorrow, we're going to get back into Heartspace Shipbreaker. We have not touched it since last Tuesday. Let's see, what happened? I think we put away some ships. We were dismantling some ships, including a gecko, I think. Yeah, I think it was a salvaging gecko. And we are just kind of keeping our head down, and Hal seems to be just enjoying himself being the manager and handling everything, and is wanting to put every blame on the union and stuff like that. Anyway, but we'll get back into that tomorrow night, and we'll see where it goes from there. I have done nothing in the way of research of like how much further we have to go with the game. I know the stickers that you can get, which is basically, I know there's some stickers there that were along the lines of basically beating the debt, so you get basically debt free. But yeah, I don't know how the story's going to go on from here, but yeah, we'll get back into it with some Spotify and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what we'll be doing next stream. I hope I will see you guys then. Once again, I appreciate you guys for showing up in the chat, whether you lurk or chat at all. I saw Seth, I saw Emma, I saw M1WK. I don't know how yours goes, I'm sorry. I saw Efuyi, so please, by all means, if you're able to watch, I really do appreciate it. If you don't have the time, I understand. The raw VODs go up on the YouTube channel, so you're able to catch up if you so wish. I know I do see you have some people who watch the VODs afterwards. I can't keep them up on YouTube for very long. Up on Twitch, sorry. Keep them up on Twitch for very long. I have them up for 14 days, but after that, they just kind of go away. So the YouTube channel is where you go and get that. I'm still working on labeling all the streams that I currently have up on YouTube into playlists. So that's going to be kind of my top priority for the next couple days, is trying to get that all set up for New Year's, so then everybody has available of the last year's streams there, more or less. I'm not going to do all of the streams there. I don't think I'm going to keep like the Tyranny vids and stuff. That was before I kind of broke down and actually got into more professional setups for the like camera and things like that. Actually getting my camera on, getting actually set up in place. And Tyranny was a bad game to start out really early because it has tons of reading that you have to do, more or less. I kind of wish there was somebody who had done like voice recordings or something that I could like trigger and have it read. I don't know. That could be like an AI thing. As much as I would hate AI, you know, that wouldn't be too bad just to save my throat. But Tyrannology was also a dark game, so I wasn't particularly interested in playing it for very long. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on for the most part. Kind of getting those VODs kind of set up into the playlist that they need to be and all that jazz, and then just kind of moving forward with it. I'll also pick out what game we'll play to start us to add into our games. It could be anything like Monster Hunter, or it could be an Assassin's Creed. It could be Devil May Cry. It could be Elite Dangerous. I don't know. We're just going to see how it is. With Elite Dangerous, I want to set up a couple things, because if we did choose that, there are plugins and stuff that kind of keep a track of your journey through the system, so it kind of keeps a captain's log, more or less, of what you do. Not everything, mind you, but like the systems that you go to and the places that you stop at, things like that. So with that game, it's very much going to be a sandbox character of we go out into the universe and just kind of figure out into the galaxy and figure out what we do and stuff, and just kind of get into it. There's also some interesting content. There is a website I found out about that has kind of like community created quests and storylines, which looked interesting. I'm not going to jump into that yet, but if I ever dive off and like want to try and figure out something to do in Elite Dangerous, that's always a chance. So yeah, if I do get into Elite Dangerous, I will be setting up my HOTAS. I won't have a camera to show you guys. I'll have to show the base camera here, which is not the smoothest thing, but it would help certainly to kind of show you what my setup would look like on my side. So anyway, I noticed that Twitch ads have started. I'm going to be cutting away during the middle of them. So by the time anybody who's watching comes back, I will have ended the stream. So don't feel bad. I didn't say anything too substantial. So if you do go back and watch the VOD or the YouTube archive of it, I've said nothing substantial other than thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again. And we will end tonight with a good night. I hope you are well. I hope your week goes well. And I will see you guys for New Year's or tomorrow's stream if you feel up to it. So anyway, so long, guys.